What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Sunday. It is August 25th edition. We are going to break down every game, every batter, every pitcher on the slate. So, welcome. If you've never been here before, hopefully you're in for a treat. If you do find this video helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we are here to bring you as much information as we possibly can. So what we're going to do is it's a little bit different. You can see the length of the video is a little bit different than what you're used to. If you want to see, a little bit abbreviated version, stuff like that, if you follow the Discord, the link in the description down below, we go through core plays there. People do their lineups there. They back and forth ideas there, and we are ready to go there. So make sure in the description of this video, you check everything out. Also, the video is always sponsored by Outlier.bet. So Outlier.bet is a great website. It is a first sports betting super app, and you've seen it before. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I kind of just want to show you a couple of things in it. They have two different packages, a $20 package or a $130 package a month. So if you sign up for either of those, sign up, go through a 7-day free trial, and then pay that money. Show us proof. If you do the $20 month package, we are going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. If you sign up for the $130 package, we're going to give you 3 months free of FTA Plus, which is a $90 value on top of it. So we have giveaways every single video. The first way to do it, like the video, be a subscriber to this YouTube page, and just leave a like on the video. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes on the video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a chance at a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Now, I'm going to do this way. If this video today gets 200 likes, I'm going to give away 2 lifetime passes. I know we can do it. The video's out early enough. Let's get 200 likes on the video, guys, and we'll have a lifetime pass times 2 given away to possibly one of you. Also, the second way, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword. Type that keyword in there. That's all you got to do, and have a chance at a free week of FTA Plus. You could be the lucky winner twice. We've had it before, but we could have 2 winners, separate winners there. So right now, we are going to roll the 2 winners. First one will be because yesterday's video, let's see how many likes, got over 50 likes. Okay, so we're going to roll it one time for that. So someone's going to win a free week, and then we're going to roll it for anyone who used the keyword. So let's check out before we dig into everything else. So the first winner is CNO Forever. Congratulations. Just email me. Let me know your username. I know you have one on the website. And in the subject line, say you are the 825 views winner, and we'll set you up. We'll get that set up. Now we're going to roll it for anyone who had the keyword, which was either soda or pop, depending on where you're from. Chris Boyd, you did not put the keyword, but congratulations on checking the channel out, and hopefully you will win another day. Now, roll it until we see pop or soda pop. There we go. Aaron Rasmus, please email me, Aaron, and let me know your username on the site. In the subject line, say 825 keyword winner, and we will get you 1 week on the website as well. So that being said, it's split into 2 slates. We got a main slate of 9 games. We've got an afternoon slate of 4 games. A couple of weather concerns in this first, but we're going to dig in and we're going to look at it. So stick around, check everything else out on the website. Let's dig in, and we use Outlier to go through all of these games. So the first game is Arizona at Boston. A little bit of weather concern. We do have Merrill Kelly versus Tanner Houck. So we got Merrill Kelly coming in, 3.64 ERA. Didn't do too well against Tampa Bay at all. 0.7. 5 innings, 6 earned runs. It's not what we're looking for. Splits-wise this year has not faced Boston. When he's on the road, he has a 6.55 ERA. He's going into Boston here. Looking at Boston bats against Merrill Kelly, no, Tyler O'Neill has a home run, but not a ton of success. But then we look at the bats, so I'm not using Merrill Kelly. I'm probably not using Tanner Houck either. But if I'm looking at Boston bats, Devers, 318 batting average, over 20 home runs against right-handed pitching this year. You got Wilyer Abreu with 13 bombs, batting 284. Jarren Duran, over 300 batting average, 14 bombs. Tyler O'Neill, 242 batting average against righties, but he's had success and a home run, and he's got 13 bombs going. And then Masataka Yoshida, you would look at Yoshida here, 7 bombs, batting 327 over the 205 at-bats against right-handed pitching. We got to have some exposure to a Boston stack today. Flip side of that is no different. Tanner Houck coming in. 3.01 ERA, so a great ERA. A good start against Houston. 8 Ks in that game. 7 against Texas. So we know he can strike out some teams. But he's, in between those starts, a 6.1, a 7.3, an 8.7, 11 fantasy points. Those are not enough at 8,800. So basically on DraftKings, if you're new to the channel, you need DraftKings minimum 25 fantasy. If you want to take down a GPP or you want to place high, you need basically 25 plus fantasy points. On Fanduel, you basically need 35 to 40 plus over there. So Tanner Houck, I don't know if he gets here against Arizona. Arizona bats against him. A couple have home runs. Perdomo, 1 for 2 with a home run. And then Corbin Carroll, 1 for 2 with a home run. So, they, not much success. It's in Boston. But we look at these other bats. So Jock Peterson with 19 bombs, batting 290. You got Josh Bell, who hits 253 against right-handed pitching. You've got Corbin Carroll, who has 10 home runs against right-handed pitching, does better against right-handed pitching than left. And if he can get on, the stolen bases are a thing as well. Eugenio Suarez, monster grand slam on Friday, 242 batting average, 14 home runs. I don't mind them either. That's probably the stack. You could always look at Lourdes Gurriel Jr. If you want. I'm probably off of both pitching. I think I do like Boston better, but I will have an Arizona stack. But again, weather being a concern, kind of monitor this depending on when you are watching this video. Next game is Colorado and New York. I did forget to mention, we are going to bring back Pitches Be Crazy, and we are going to bring back the 10 out of 10 matchup ratings towards the end. So Pitches Be Crazy will be towards the end of this video. It'll be the 5 best pitchers today that have the 5 best matchups of teams that strike out the most. Not necessarily going to be the only pitchers to do, but we're looking at statistics. That's what we're going off of. And then at the very end, we are currently running simulations in the background. We are going to give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through the early simulations as well. So that being said, Austin Gomber versus Marcus Stroman. Now, the Yankees Friday only put up 3 runs against Kyle Freeland. Again, they don't normally hit lefties well. For whatever reason, they've got really good right-handed pitching. They just don't hit lefties well, or right-handed bats. And we saw them, they keep trotting out Will Warren, who's got an 8+ ERA. I don't know why they keep trotting him out and get somebody else. Colorado's not a good team. They put up, I think they won 92. So you got Gomber versus Stroman. So Gomber on the road, 4.64 ERA overall. Splits-wise on the road, a 4.80. So he has been worse. Game logs, he is coming off a great game against Washington and had a good game against San Diego. Yankees at home, I still have to take Aaron Judge. As long as they don't intentionally walk him, I'm taking him. I'm looking at Juan Soto. You would hope that Austin Wells is in here, but the way Aaron Boone does it, it's probably Trevino, so I don't know if I like Trevino, but he's in there. Jazz Chisholm's in there. I don't mind a Yankee stack. Stanton got the day off yesterday for some reason. Hopefully he's in this lineup for Sunday against a left-handed pitcher. Gleyber Torres leading off. I don't mind either. So I am looking at a Yankee stack here. And then Marcus Stroman, I don't mind Marcus Stroman because Colorado strikes out the second most out of any team. Had a good start against Detroit with 5 Ks. The strikeouts have been lower, though. That's my problem. And then his splits. Home games, for whatever reason, he's 5.06 ERA. So at home, he's not a very good starter compared to like Nestor, who is a fantastic starter at home, and we saw him absolutely dominate the other day. So looking at these guys and looking at where they're pitching, I don't mind Stroman for tournaments. I'm not really looking at Gomber cash. You could maybe throw him in tournaments because maybe the Yankees strike out 6 times for his price of $6,700. But I'd rather look at the Yankees as a stack, and I'd rather look at Marcus Stroman, more of a tournament option for me today. So looking at the next game, Cincy, Pittsburgh, they do have weather concerns as well. We got Luis Ortiz versus Carson Spears. So Spears coming in, 5.43 ERA. Home games, he is way better. On the road, you can see he's been absolutely dominated, 8.50. He's already faced Pittsburgh twice this year. 14 hits allowed, 7 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, not a lot. And we look at that. If the weather is not a concern, I'm probably off of him. And then you got Luis Ortiz. Comes in. I like this matchup a little bit better because it's not in Cincy. He's already faced him once this year, had 7 Ks, 6 innings pitched. Wasn't it recently? Oh, I guess it wasn't as recent as I thought. That was in Cincy. Now we look at his home games. He's a little bit worse at home, but still, this is my problem. I don't know if we can trust him enough to feel comfortable. But tournament-wise at 7,000, I don't mind. If you're not going with Ortiz and you want to go with some, I'm probably not going pitching, but if you want to go Ortiz, okay. But if not, and you want to go Cincy bats, like Ellie De La Cruz with 17 bombs, always, home runs, on base, or stolen bases are his big thing. Those are all fantasy points. Overall, though, they do hit lefties better. Spencer Steer with 16 bombs, batting .236. Will Benson has 11 home runs. Jonathan India has 9 home runs. Again, this is Sunday, so it's a day of rest. Usually catchers rest on these days, so that is definitely something that if you want to monitor, some of these catchers might not be in today. But looking at that, I think I'm probably off Ortiz, and I'm probably just not going to have this game at all. But if you were to go Pittsburgh bats against Carson, O'Neal Cruz with 13 bombs, batting .280 against righties. IKF, .282 batting average with 7 bombs. Rowdy Tellez, 8 bombs. You got Brian De La Cruz, 14 bombs. Brian Reynolds, 14 bombs, batting .284. Like, you can make a case for a Pittsburgh stack. If the weather holds up, I think it'll be under-owned stack today. And if you want to see stacks and you want to see cheat sheet and stuff like that, that's under the MLB tab right here. Now, you can sign up. I've been hearing some people have been having problems signing up. So if you have tried to sign up and your card's been declined or whatever the case is, we changed our webhook for Stripe, our dashboard payment processor, and it seems like it might be messing up. And I don't know if that's the case. So if you're a new person trying to sign up, let me know if it's not able to do it, because if so, it's on Stripe's side and I have to get into the developers over there. But if you are interested, you can always email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you set up whether or not you want to use PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. We've got you covered. We will get you in there. So that being said, next game, Angels at the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, we saw that Bowden Francis had a no-hitter going into, I think the 8th or 9th inning yesterday. Overall, LA, they're not a good team. We know that. That's not a surprise. So you got Kevin Gausman coming in, 4.24 overall ERA. Splits-wise, home he has been worse, 5.88. He did face the Angels just 2 starts ago. 5 strikeouts, 7 innings in that game. 5 strikeouts. It's kind of low strikeouts, but I do not mind him. Again, though, I'm a little bit scared because his home ERA is so much worse. It's double than what he is on the road. I don't know if that comes into play here because of how bad the Angels are. Anderson, on the other hand, just faced Toronto, gave up 7 earned runs. I feel like we're probably going to see the exact same thing. So I do not mind Gausman. I really don't want any Angels bats. Toronto bats against Anderson. Ernie Clement, Vladdy. I'm looking at Vladdy for sure. Dalton Varsho's batting .583 against him with a home run. I love George Springer here if he leads off as well. So I am fading Anderson. I'm fading the Angels bats. I am looking at Kevin Gausman here. We've got the Cubs at the Miami Marlins. Javier Assad versus, they believe it's going to be Aller. He is scheduled to start against the Cubs. Roughed up for 5 earned runs while allowing 9 base runners over 4 innings in Monday. That's the problem. .9, and that was against the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are obviously a better hitting team than the Cubs this year. But still, not the best thing. 6,000 for tournaments, okay, I guess whatever. But the problem is, still a short leash. Probably not going to pay that 6,000 for less than 5 innings. So not necessarily loving the Cubs as an offense, but they've seen him. If I am looking at Cubs bats, maybe Nico Horner, Isaac Paredes, Suzuki, who had a bomb. I think he had 2 home runs on Saturday. Cody Bellinger, I don't mind those guys. I'm off of Aller. And then Assad, we come in. He's already faced Miami once. Only went 4.2 innings, though. Only gave up 4 earned runs, or 1 earned run with 3 strikeouts. 1.93 ERA is not bad, but again, he's only averaging 10.9 fantasy points against them. I'm probably off of him as well. There are other games we can target. And just looking at Miami bats, again, like Berger, Edwards, Otto Lopez, Jesus Sanchez, I don't mind these guys. But again, if I'm having any Marlins bat today, it's probably going to be Jake Berger. I would not be surprised if we see a Berger smash or a smash Berger today as a home run. So I'm off of this game. There are other games we can look at. Texas-Cleveland is part of those other games that we can look at. So we look at this. We got Cody Bradford versus Matt Boyd coming in. So Boyd at home splits, obviously hasn't done much. One game at home, 1.69. Away, 5.06. Didn't do anything against the Yankees. They did end up winning that game against the Yankees. Only gave up 3 earned runs. But Texas can hit. Love Texas bats here. Love Corey Seager. Seager absolutely smashes lefties this year. In his career, but this year particularly. Texas bats against Matt Boyd, like Nate Lowe, or Corey Seager has a home run against him. Simeon has a home run against him. I would use both of those. Simeon batting 286 with 5 bombs against left-handed pitching. You got Adolis Garcia with 5 bombs. You got Grossman. They just hit lefties better. So if I were to stack Seager, Simeon, Garcia, Wyatt Langford, love him there today for a cheaper option. Nate Lowe is another one who's batting 287 against left-handed pitching. I really don't want Matt Boyd. I don't trust him enough. Bradford, on the other hand, 3.56 ERA. Splits-wise, he has not faced Cleveland this year. Pitching on the road, he's got a 7.71. A great game against Pittsburgh at home. A great game against the Yankees. But other than that, he's been hit pretty good. I'm looking at Cleveland bats. So Cleveland bats, I mean, J-Ram's got a home run against him, and David Fry has a home run. So then you look at J-Ram's batting 350 against lefties this year with 12 bombs. Great batting average. David Fry is another one I would look at, 291 with 8 bombs. You've got Noel, 6 bombs, 270 batting average. Lane Thomas they brought over, 301 batting average, 3 home runs. I am not looking at Bradford. I'm not looking at either. I'm looking at stacks on both sides. I kind of like Cleveland as a stack a little bit better, but I will have Texas as well. Then we've got Detroit at the White Sox. Salmons versus Cannon. So Brian Salmons comes in. We did not use him against the Cubs last time. 3 earned runs, 4.1 innings. He's not going deep into games. The problem is he's going up against the White Sox. They're not a good team at all. Obviously, we know this. They're not a good team. But honestly, I don't mind them as a stack today. A sneaky, weird little stack. If it is, in fact, Salmons, it's not 100% confirmed yet. So these may change a little bit on some of these games, some of these teams that their pitchers are hurt. So if it is Salmons, maybe a little bit sneaky. Maybe we look at Andrew Vaughn. Maybe we look at Corey Lee. Again, I don't know if Corey Lee is going to be in there because catchers rest on Sundays. Luis Robert Jr., I do not mind. I would look at him. I mean, you could look at Benintendi, but he's got like one of the worst WARs. I think he's like tied for one of the worst WARs seasons of all time. And I don't know. So a small little White Sox stack, I don't mind. I just do not trust Salmons. And then Jonathan Cannon, on the other hand, really hasn't done much the past couple of games. Splits-wise, he's faced Detroit once this year. Actually went 1 inning, didn't do anything, and he started that game. Gave up 5 earned runs in the first inning. I don't trust him. I would be looking at a Tiger stack. Colt Keith, I would look at Colt Keith. I would look at Riley Green, batting 279 with 14 bombs. Matt Vierling with 12 home runs. Kerry Carpenter, batting 302 with 12 home runs. I don't mind these guys. So I am off of Cannon. I'm off of Salmons too. I like a Detroit stack. And if you want to get a little bit ownership and a lower owned stack, a Detroit stack or a Chicago White Sox stack might be a little bit sneaky. Again, this is only if you make multiple lineups and not if you just make like 2 lineups. I wouldn't go in that direction. Then you got Philly at the Royals right here. You got Seth Lugo versus Zach Wheeler. So Wheeler comes in, 2.74 ERA, great pitcher. We used him. He was our star pitcher 5 days ago, 21.9 against Atlanta. Had 8 Ks. Atlanta strikes out a ton. We would have loved to have 25 plus, but still a great outing out of him. 2 earned runs. He just did not have any run support behind him and couldn't get the extra points for the win. But looking at his splits, he has not faced Kansas City this year. But on the road, he actually has a little bit worse ERA, but this is a great ballpark for pitchers. So I don't mind Zach Wheeler at 9,800. It is getting up there where we have a little saying here where we don't want to, take pitchers over 10K because it normally doesn't work out. Now we look at that. He's not 10K, but if you were to fade him because he is so expensive, and if you look at that, he is the most expensive pitcher on the slate, and you want to go away from that, I get that, and I would go Kansas City bats in that instance. So Bobby Witt Jr., who's trying to stay in line for MVP, but it is not close race. It is Aaron Judge, and it's not even close. The media just wants it to be close, so it sounds exciting to end for the last month and a half. It's not. It's Aaron Judge regardless. Aaron Judge could stop playing today, and we'll win it. But again, if you're looking at Kansas City bats, it's Perez bat with 23 bombs. It's Freddie Fermin batting 304 with 6 bombs. It's Bobby Witt Jr. batting almost 350 with 25 bombs. Stolen bases are a thing for him too. MJ Melendez with 15 bombs. Pasquantino has 18 bombs. Like, I like a Kansas City stack here just because I think a lot of the new people playing, they're going to see that Zach Wheeler's the most expensive pitcher, and they're like, well, he's pretty good. Let's use him. So I would stack Kansas City there. Then on the flip side, Seth Lugo comes in, a renaissance of a year for him. Coming off a great start against the Angels, and then a couple of bad starts in a row against Minnesota and Boston. And Philly's one of those teams which I don't know what Philly's going to do. Depending on what Philly team shows up, normally, overall, they, start off very, very well this year. They've had mild success against Lugo. So Schwarber batting 167. I think it's 1 for 12 with a home run. But again, he's boomer bust. If you take Schwarber, you're hoping for 1 home run and not 4 or 5 strikeouts. Alec Boehm's batting 429 and 7 at-bats with a home run. You've got Bryce Harper batting 357 with 2 bombs against Lugo. You got Bryson Stott batting 333 with 1. He's 1 for 3 or 2 for 3, or 1 for 3 with a home run. So there has been success against him with home runs. If you're trying to go a full Philly stack here, Brandon Marsh batting 249 with 12 bombs. You got Rojas with 3 bombs there. I don't mind them. Bryson Stott with 8 bombs. Like, this team hits home runs. It just depends if it's going to be the stud Seth Lugo, or is it going to be the dud Seth Lugo? So in that instance, I'm probably on both of these offenses, and I am fading the pitching here. And then St. Louis at Minnesota is the final one. Eric Fetty-Wap versus Zebby Matthews. So Matthews at home, he's had 1 start at home, 1 start on the road. His start at home, really good. It was against Kansas City. They're a good team. 5 strikeouts. His price has dropped down a little bit. He's going up against St. Louis. So, depends on the lineup that comes out for him. I could see that. I don't know if I love Matthews. Eric Fetty here, 3.39 ERA. He's already faced Minnesota twice this year. Has had success, 11 innings pitched, only 1 earned run with 16 strikeouts. For whatever reason, he has struck them out quite a bit. Minnesota, the 11 strikeouts came in 1 game. 11 of 16 came in 1 game. He's pitching on the road, so it's a little bit skewed, but 452. Tournaments, I don't mind Fetty here. Minnesota, they do hit lefties better. I don't love it here. I'm not really going to use Matthews. St. Louis, you could look at some St. Louis bats like Burleson, Donovan. Obviously, you've always got Arenado and Goldie if you want to go there. Those are the more expensive bats if you want to go a stack. But Fetty for tournaments, I'm okay with Matthews. I'm probably fading for sure. And there you have it. That is the main slate done, all 9 games of the main slate. So we will take a look at our sponsor real quick. Like I said, if you guys sign up using them, we will give you free content depending on which one you go with. But I wanted to show you, they've got insights. These are all from Saturday for like MLB, but they've got the FanDuel trending parlays. They bring it all to your door. You can click it. You can add it to your bet slip. When you add it to your bet slip, it comes down here. Then you click that, however many you want, and it'll take you right out to either DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, Caesars, BetMGM. This is more for sports betting, which we do offer on the website, but you can kind of use some of these insights for DFS purposes as well. So we love this. We use the games. We break the games down for MLB, for the games, but guess what is entered into it now? NFL Week 1 so far, the first 2 games. So we got the Thursday Night Football game between the Ravens and the Chiefs. followed by there is a Friday night game, September 6th. We have a Friday night football game, I think, in Germany. I don't know if it'll say where it's at. I can't remember where it's at the moment. It is overseas. We have a Friday night game, so we have Thursday night and Friday night, and we are very excited because NFL is back in less than 2 weeks. We cannot wait, and we're gonna pump some NFL content out there this coming week. I'm gonna do best ball rankings, and then I'm gonna put out if you guys would like, we're going to do a weekly league. We did this in the past. The more people, obviously, the better prize pool. And I'll talk about all of that in an NFL video. So we're very excited. You can do insights. So all of these insights flood into our Discord as well. So if you don't have time to look at this, you can pull our insights up on the website and go through there. So like, for instance, New York Yankees. So this is from yesterday. New York Yankees are 10-21 against the spread in their last 31 games at home. Colorado run line was plus 1.5. They won by 7. So you can see you got really good odds over there at Bet365 plus 120. So the insights are really good. So I love what we look at for different ones. You got arbitrage, you got boost. This will pull in all the boosts on, if FanDuel has it, whatever website. So Kershaw 5+ strikeouts and Shohei Ohtani 1+ hits versus the Rays on Saturday. So you see it's placed the boost on FanDuel at plus 150. Then it's got Bet ESPN and it's got stuff like that. So you've got a ton of boosts that pull in, arbitrage bets, middle bets, props. If you want to see it a little bit more in action, go check out one of our previous videos, and we kind of go in when we do some betting videos. So that being said, check out Outlier. If you guys sign up with each one of the packages, we are going to give you free content from FTA+. So that being said, we have a 4-game afternoon slate now. Milwaukee at Oakland is the next game on this slate for the day. So we've got Frankie Montas versus Joey Estes. So Montas comes in almost a 450, or it's got a 4.57 ERA. Has not faced Oakland this year. It is in Oakland, which is a massive ballpark. Coming off a couple of good games at his price. Tournament-wise, I don't mind Montas. But I'm always into maybe we look at Oakland bats a little bit. So if you're on the train of I don't want to use Montas because he's on our list of pitchers or players that we don't like to use, I get that. So we look at this. Good game against St. Louis. Splits-wise, when he's on the road, he's got almost a 5 ERA. So if we want to take advantage of that and we want to look at Oakland bats, Langoliers with 17 bombs. I don't know if he's going to be in there or not. If he's not and Kyle McCann is, I don't mind Kyle McCann for a cheap catching option today. Zach Geloff has 13 bombs. J.J. Bleday has 11. Seth Brown has 10. We've got Lawrence Butler with 12 bombs. You've got Brent Rooker with over 20 home runs, or batting 283 against righties with 20 bombs, 62 RBIs. Like, Montas for tournaments I'm okay with, but if you want to go away from him and take a stack that I don't think a lot of people are going to be on, I do not mind Oakland at all. Then you got Joey Estes going up against Milwaukee. Splits-wise, he's obviously not faced him. When he's pitching at home, he's got a 2.22 ERA. Again, it's a massive ballpark. He's coming off a good game here. At 6,800, I don't mind him. If you want to fade him and you want to go Milwaukee bat, so I do like Joey Estes. Milwaukee, Willy Adames batting with 20 home runs against right-handed pitching. William Contreras with 15 bombs. Jackson Chourio has 14. Rhys Hoskins has 15. These are the bats that I would look at. If you're not going with them, Estes for tournaments, I don't mind. But again, for every good one he's had a bad outing as well against teams that he should not have bad outings. The problem is the whole longevity and going deep into games not been there 100% this year. So that's the only thing that would scare me a little bit is they pull him early. Next game, San Francisco at Seattle. Now, Seattle strikes out the most out of any team, so Robbie Ray has a fantastic matchup here. Coming off a great game against the White Sox, so back-to-back really good games. We could see out of him. He, does get lit up, though, so that's the problem. Splits-wise, he's not faced Seattle this year. 6.11 ERA on the road, or at home, but 2.7 on the road in 2 starts. I do not mind Robbie Ray here. I don't trust Seattle at all. If you were to go with Seattle bats, because let's say you don't trust Robbie Ray, which is okay. Seattle bats against Ray. Overall, Mitch Haniger has a home run, and Justin Turner has 2 home runs. I would look at those two because they do hit lefties well. Other ones that hit lefties well this year, J-Rod batting .291 with 4 bombs. Arozarena batting .235 with 6 bombs. Dylan Moore has 3 bombs. Mitch Garver has 6. Cal Raleigh has 11, but he's only batting .162. So I don't mind Robbie Ray, but since he is expensive, especially on this afternoon slate, if you want to go a different direction, maybe you only want to use him for tournament or for like sports betting, because let's say he's got a line of over 6.5 strikeouts. I like that line. And you don't trust him in DFS, I do not mind a stack of Seattle against him. But again, their clubhouse is in turmoil after, playoffs and then trading people away and then just firing their manager. So, you never know what you're going to get there. And then the flip side of that, Brian Woo's got a 2.12 ERA. Splits has not faced San Francisco this year. When he pitches at home, he's got a 1.54 ERA. This could be a low-scoring game. I do not mind Brian Woo here. If you want to go San Francisco bats because you don't trust them, they don't hit righties well. They hit lefties well. But if you were to go, I would look at Tyler Fitzgerald. I would look at Elliot Ramos. I would look at Michael Conforto and Lamont Wade Jr. If we're trying to stack here. But I do like maybe a Tyro Estrada who's got 7 bombs against righties. But I kind of like both pitchers. You'll save only $200, so it could be a low-scoring game. I don't mind either pitcher. Then Tampa Bay at the Dodgers is the next game. You got Shane Baz versus Gavin Stone. So Shane coming in, really good start against Oakland. That's a great outing for him. But now he's got to go up against LA. I don't want nothing to do with him. Dodgers stack all the way. Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy. I don't mind these guys. Freddie Freeman, he's a great hitter. Got that finger. Freddie got fingered, exploded for whatever. I don't know if I can trust him enough, especially at his price. But I do not mind a Dodger stack. And then Gavin Stone here, 3.16 ERA, coming off a fantastic start against Seattle with 10 strikeouts. Milwaukee had 6 strikeouts, 22.9. He's had 2 back-to-back really good starts. Now he's going up against a Tampa Bay team that he should be able to handle. I don't mind him at 8,500. I don't trust any of these Tampa Bay bats enough to want to use them after how bad they've been this year. So I'm fading Tampa Bay. I'm looking at the Dodgers as a stack, and I'm looking at Gavin Stone as a pitcher for me as well. And the keyword of the day is steak, because went out for our anniversary on Saturday night and had a fantastic, delicious, amazing steak. And I want to know, put the keyword, but what is your favorite cut of steak to eat? And if you don't eat meat, you can say tuna steak, because I like tuna steak as well. Or, yeah, that's it. Just say steak and let me know your favorite cut. If you're a vegetarian or non-meat eater, I apologize if I offended you. I don't apologize. Meat's good. Me like meat. Me like meat. Me like meat. Anyway, final game, the Mets at the Padres. Final game of this slate. There is obviously Sunday Night Baseball, but Jose Quintana versus Martin Perez. We've got the battle of the emboldened lefties that we, who knows what we're going to get. But we got Quintana on the road. It is a pitcher's park. Splits-wise, he has already faced San Diego once this year. 6 innings, got the dub, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. Didn't do too bad. For whatever reason, San Diego overall, with all the great hitters they have, they do not hit lefties very well. I don't know what the team average is at the moment, but Donovan Solano's the only one batting you got Donovan Solano batting .318 with 4 bombs. You've got Jurickson Profar batting .328 with 8 bombs. So if you were to go off of Quintana, those 2 are the bats you'd look at. Luis Ariz, again, though, not a lot of power. Jackson Merrill batting .213. I don't mind Quintana, especially at 7,000. But the problem is he's had 2 back-to-back really bad starts, and maybe that messes with his head. And if you want to go San Diego, I would go Solano, Profar, probably Jackson Merrill. And then since it is a Xander Bogaerts, but being a Sunday, Kyle Higashioka, only batting .197 with 5 bombs against lefties, but he normally hits lefties well. So I could see him being in this lineup and be a very cheap catching option on a Sunday. And then Martin Perez, 4.59 ERA. 3 really good starts in a row, but a bad start against Minnesota, who hit lefties well. And then we look at the Mets bats. Starling Marte has a home run against him. Jose Iglesias has a home run against him. They actually hit lefties very well this year. So if I'm fading Martin Perez and I'm looking at Mets bats, the ones I would focus on and target on would be JD Martinez with 5 bombs, Pete Alonso batting 254 with 9 bombs, Lindor has 9 bombs, Mark Vientos has 6, Brandon Nimmo has 4, Starling Marte has 2, batting 338 against lefties this year. So I'm probably looking at Quintana for tournaments. I'm probably fading Martin Perez as well. And there you have it. That is the 4-game afternoon slate. That is the main slate done. If you want to check out everything else on the website is FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. But right now, we are going to give you Pitches Be Crazy real quick. And we're going to give you the statistics behind them. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, because that is how we get the support from you guys. So clicking on the ads helps out the channel more than you guys know. And a lot of things helps out the channel. You can buy the merch down below. So Pitches Be Crazy. Robbie Ray at Seattle has the best matchup of any pitcher right now. Seattle strikes out an average of 10.25 times per game. And at home, they're striking out 10.48. Number 2 is Marcus Stroman versus Colorado. Colorado strikes out 9.78 times per game, but on the road, they strike out an average of 10.35. Now, his strikeouts have been a little bit lower, and he's not been as good at home as we've talked about, so cautious with that. Number 3 is Merrill Kelly at Boston. Boston strikes out 9.71 times per game, and at home, they strike out 9.6. Now, I don't know if Merrill Kelly has enough oomph to give us that. I don't like him in DFS, but for there, I'm okay. Number 4 is Carson Spears at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh strikes out 9.38 times per game, and then when they're at home, they strike out 8.57 compared to 10.1 on the road. So they're a little bit better at home. And then number 5 is Frankie Montas at Oakland. Oakland strikes out 9.16 times per game, 8.52 on the road. So a little bit different. Now, these are not the only pitchers we like, but looking at statistics, these are the 5 pitchers that have the matchups against teams that strike out the most. And then finally, after the simulations have completed, these are all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating right now. So depending on when you watch this video, this may have changed already. So pay attention, but we are looking at this. So number 1 is Ian Happ. 2 is Aaron Judge. 3 is Brenton Doyle. 4 is Corey Seager. 5 is Seiya Suzuki. 6 is Jurickson Profar. 7, Trevor Larnach. 8, Michael Busch. 9, Dansby Swanson. 10, Pete Crow Armstrong. 11, Isaac Paredes. 12 is Jake Cronenworth. 13, Charlie Blackmon. 14, Michael Tolei. 15, Luis Garcia. And that's it. 15 batters for you. Now, these are early initial ones, so we will rerun these later and put them on the website, and you can see the updated compared to what we just talked about here. But according to the early simulation, now these can change. We've got a lot of weather that we have to navigate for the day. We've got ballpark factors we're going to see and projected home runs. All of these charts will be in the Discord. But according to the early simulations, Cubs stack is good against Aller, which we kind of already talked about. Chicago Cubs, I mean, out of the 15, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the 15. A sneaky one, if you think Stroman's going to struggle, like simulations think, Colorado bats. Charlie Blackmon, Tolei, Brenton Doyle. You got some bats there. So those are cheap ones. You want to look at those. These will change. But those are the initial simulations. We will have more on the website later on. And that's what we've got in this video. So hopefully you have a great Sunday. Hopefully you had a great Saturday. Let us know how you did. Make sure to join the Discord. There's over 300 people in there. We got anywhere between 30 to 50 online at any given time. If you've got questions, type the questions in there. If I can't answer them, someone in the Discord will help out. I promise you. So we've got core plays we put in there for the main slates. And we've got just, if you got any other things, get those in there. If you want to support the channel, you can always subscribe to FTA Plus. You can always donate. You can always buy some merch, buy some stickers down below as well. So that's what I've got in this video. Good luck today. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.